This video is going to show how to do slides. You can access slides from a bookmark like I have up here. You can type in slides.new in the Omnibox in the top, or you can go to your drive and click New Slides. Once you have your basic slide file, you can do the title. And if you have that as your first part in here, you have the ability, let me make this focused again. You have the ability to click that title and make it pop up. Again, you can change your location of your file. Themes are accessed over here. So but the first time you open it up, it's going to have the themes over here on the right, and you have the ability to choose a different theme that you might want to use. And if that's the one you want, you can exit that. If you decide you want to go back and change it again, you can click theme and change the theme, and it will open back up again for you. Again, the same basic things here: starred, move, and then where the status is. If you have anyone else who's editing this with you, you'll see their initials here. Any comments. This is where you can choose to present from the beginning, or in a presenter view where you can see a question answer kind of thing, and then also where you can share from here. This is your version history, so again you can go back and see who did which different parts on the slide deck. Really good for seeing students that are collaborating and seeing who did what part of that assignment. Your menu bar has a lot of the same things that we would see in the actual file menus. And over here again, you can see your slide deck. You have a basic ruler that shows you your spacing. You can change and make your speaker notes bigger, smaller, whatever, so that you have more room for those different things. Over here, you can click to add a new slide, and you can choose the type of slide that you add. If you just click, it's going to add the basic one. But again, over here, you would be able to change the layout of that one particular slide if you want. Undo, redo, again, print, format painter, change your zoom, go back to your mouse button. You can add a text box. To do that, you click on that, and then you can just click over here and add a text box, and then type in whatever you want to say. While that is highlighted, if you want that to be outlined, go up here to this little menu where you see the border weight, and then you can change that so that you can see where that outline is at. And you can also drag and move that text box around anywhere you need to. Inserting an image is just like doing it from Docs. We can also insert shapes. So let's say we wanted to put an arrow in to point to that. We could do that. That arrow can be rotated a little bit. And then you can change the fill of that arrow by changing the fill color. So let's say we wanted it to be red to highlight it. And again, we can change the size of it, the shape of it, we can move it, those types of things. There's other shapes that you can do as well. Call out buttons for, like a comic book, different basic shapes. You can also do different lines. Scribble would be the free-form line. This is your fill color, your pen color, your border color, border thickness, and then whether it's dashed or dotted or whatever. Your basic font. Whoops. Back here. Your basic font size, different things within your font, bold, underline, italics, the color. You can create a hyperlink. You can insert a comment here as well, or have something that's highlighted. You can change your alignment, your justification, your spacing, numbered and bulleted sequences, and indenting, and making your tabs increase or decrease your indents. Under your file menu, again, you can share here. You can make another one. You can import slides. So if you import slides, you can import from another presentation that you already have on Google, or you can upload it from something else. You can make a copy. You have the choice of making a copy of the entire presentation or just certain slides. Again, you can email it, you can download it as a PowerPoint or a PDF. Looking at the version history, rename, move, all those basic things that you can do within, basic kind of, let me move this out of the way. All those basic things you can do within something like PowerPoint. Page setup is nice. This is something that I use a lot. I can change the page setup to be custom. So right now it's in landscape mode, but if I want this to model a piece of paper, I can change this to 8.5 by 11 and apply that. So now it's going to have the same shape and size and layout as a piece of paper. So I could take an image and put that in that image if I wanted to. I'm going to add another one here. And this one, I'm going to change, so I'm on this new one. I'm going to change the background. So in the background, if I want to put an image into the background, I can do that. So let's say there was a worksheet that I had downloaded. I can find that worksheet as a PDF from my camera, or I took a picture of a worksheet that I have or scanned it, and it's basically a photo now. I can insert that photo into this slide. And then from there, I could put text boxes on top of that if I wanted to create like a form or blanks where kids would be able to put things, type things in. I could also change the layout. So again, if I just wanted this blank, I could do that. Change the theme there too as well. And we'll get to the transitions. Edit is basically the same things. Cut, copy, paste, duplicate, select all. For view, you can view the master or the grid view, just like you would be able to do on a normal PowerPoint type thing. You can zoom in, see the rulers and the guides, and snap to the guides is when you want to line up pictures or images or boxes and things like that. Insert, you can insert images, text boxes, audio, video, all these different things, shapes, charts, diagrams, word art, all the basic kinds of things you would see in a PowerPoint. That's all the same. And again, changing the format of those different things when you have text in there. For the slide, you can duplicate a slide. You can also do that over here. Delete slides, skip slides, move them around. You can move them around by clicking and dragging them too, or you can do it from over here. Change the background. For the transitions, we have the ability to do different transitions between the slides. So I can have a transition where the slide comes in from the right, change its speed, put it on all the slides. I can also do slide transitions for different objects. For example, a text box within, I can, just like in PowerPoint, same thing. I can change the theme and the master from here too. For arrangement, this would be the order of different things. So for example, what's going to be an image on top of a text or an arrow on top of an image. You can group and rotate those things as well. Here's your spell check, and Explore is like in Docs. You can click Explore and you can find images and information directly from the internet without having to go to a different tab. You have the ability to see the question and answer history if you're presenting it that way. You can type in or have a voice type in for your speaker notes, and you can also take a look at the accessibility settings as needed. For add-ons, this would be where you would go to get the add-on for Nearpod. So you would click on Get Add-ons, and then in this case, when this comes up, you could type Nearpod and search for it. Now mine's going to show that it's already installed, but you would click on that and then you would be able to install it. And this shows you that this is working with Drive and with Slides. And so Google Docs, Drive, Slides, Sheets, all those, they have their own different add-ons that work for each different one. And then whenever I have that, now I'd be able to use that, and I could open Nearpod right from here and use that, and we'll talk about Nearpod later. Over here, again, you can change and look back at the version history to see who did the different things based upon the color of the dots. So you can see anything that's in green over here is showing you stuff that I did. If there was another person in this file, they would show up with another color next to their name, and then you'd be able to see what they did. You can change and restore back to old ones. You can name them. Again, good for seeing what kids did in different parts of an assignment. And I think that's pretty much everything for Google Slides.